Hello and welcome everybody. This is your host, Lirva, and you are just in time for more contrast. In the last episode, we fixed the balloon in Johnny's circus, and the episode before that, we did Tortuga's Revenge and fixed the boat ride. In this episode, we're going to before we actually carry off, I do want to do a little bit of exploration. Just kind of because this area caught my eye. This little beach area caught my eye when we were up in the balloon. I just kind of wanted to look at it for a little bit. They're playing Flying Pig. The Tortuga's Revenge. This is right up there. Kind of weird that have an ad for it right in front of it. But I guess technically that would make sense, right? Yeah, you got the ocean here. This game looks so beautiful. I don't think I've mentioned, this is just a beautiful looking game. And it's not because it looks realistic, because honestly, no, the characters are clearly exaggerated. I mean, we don't have eyes this big in real life. I don't think anyone has kind of like this kind of stringy proportion. Like I mean, it's supposed to come off as like an acrobat, which makes sense given her design. Kind of like this very thin, non-muscular build. Looks like someone who could really kind of get around it, like tight corners and bend around stuff very easily. Like she looks like she knows her way around a tightrope. Trying to think of the name of that for a second. So here we are in an artificial forest. Again, going back to the art design, this looks amazing. Oh my god. And again, like I love the wood design, like how it looks, like you look behind it, it looks so fake. It looks fake from the front here too. But like I love the way it looks. Oh my god, it looks so good.
Hey, has anyone seen the princess puppet? We can't really start the story without her.
Oh yeah.
That sounds like Daddy.
Sounds like Johnny's gonna be the one to have to do the puppet show.
Where did I put her?
We want to pick up this hat, and we want to phase right into it.
There she is. Once upon a time, there was a princess who lived in a castle with her father, the king. The king loved her very much because daddies loved their daughters. Unfortunately, the kingdom also had an ogre who was eating travelers because ogres do that.
Because ogres do that,
so,
of course.
The king did what kings do and promised that anyone who slew the ogre would get to marry his only daughter, the princess, and become king when he died. The king's lands were very far away, and the ogre was very large, so only one knight showed up. His name was Fred, and he fell immediately in love with the princess.
Okay.
Fred was a brave knight, and he marched off the next morning, singing a brave song as loudly as he could.
We can't go through the door. We can't go through the buildings.
After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she set off into the forest to look for him. The princess tracked Fred's footprints through a strange wilderness full of scary sounds and hidden dangers. Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened.
Just that you know, I sort of.
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo.
I sort of did that on purpose. Not really, kind of. Oh, I can't phase. I can't phase dash. So this is just a straight up traditional 2D platforming section here, for the most part. So yeah.
She came to a wide river filled with snapping crocodiles. She couldn't even swim. So what? Unfortunately, she fell in the water and drowned.
Wait, that's not what happened.
She came to a wide river filled with
I just
snapping
love that.
crocodiles. She couldn't even swim.
Oh,
So what do you think she did?
me. I'm trying to see what happens. What? You get eaten by the crocodile. No, nothing. Ah. Nothing. Okay. So for reals, and I said for reals, I mean for reals this time. This time, I mean, not the last time was just a test. Yeah.
She ran on top of their heads.
That's right. It was a magical forest where the plants seemed to know each other. She had to use magic mushrooms to get high or up.
Okay. Just love that. Oh. Okay, that's gonna be a little rough here. Trying to figure this one out. You gotta use magic mushrooms to get high or up. So I think. Okay,
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo.
I think I know what to do.
Wait, that's not what happened.
So instead of hitting that one, we're gonna hit. Oh, we want to hit this one first. Wait a few seconds, then hit this. So, and then we'll just step here, and when it launches us up.
She learned to use some bendy tree branches to fling herself across a patch of deadly sharp bamboo. As the sun was setting,
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on some bamboo and died. Wait, that's not what happened.
The princess discovered that the ogre had captured Fred and hung him from a tree as a snack. The ogre did not appreciate visitors at all. Even Fred seemed a little embarrassed to see her. But the princess was a woman of action, and she was nimble, and the ogre was clumsy and easy to taunt.
What's a taunt?
That's when you make fun of someone. You should never make fun of people, but with ogres, sometimes you have to.
Get around, get around. Okay. And just like that, Fred has died. Leaving the princess
so the princess
alone.
tricked the ogre and rescued Fred. Fred didn't feel too good about it. He really loved the princess. Fortunately, the king told him about a giant spider that he could slay in order to win the princess's
I remember this
hand.
now. I remember the spider.
So Fred marched off to the lair of the giant spider, singing a brave song, a little less loudly than before.
Oh, that's awesome.
After several days had passed, the princess got to wondering what had happened to her future husband. So she went off looking for him again. Fred's footprints led her into a dark and creepy cavern, full of strange
I don't know if you heard
dripping
that
sounds,
noise in the background.
kind of like
Very
the
low,
basement
but
at school.
my video
Her
seems
footsteps
to
echoed
stop
and
as
echoed
finished building,
until
so
it
we should
sounded
have
like
a
someone was
normal frame
following
rate
her.
now.
Soon she came to a vast pit.
Um,
Unfortunately, she impaled herself on the bamboo. Wait, that's not what happened. Soon she came to a vast. Unfortunately, she impaled herself.
Oh, I think I know what I gotta do now.
Wait,
Okay,
that's
gotta
not
wait
what
for the story to
happened.
finish up here.
Soon she came to a vast pit filled with vicious, deadly spikes. It was much too big to jump over, but far off, she could hear moaning. She thought it might be Fred. So what do you think she did?
Like how the hat kind of
I
floats
know.
above your
What?
head
She
too.
used an umbrella.
What?
Like that nanny in that movie.
This is the Middle Ages, honey. Where
Wait, hold
would she
on.
get an umbrella?
I don't know, but
Mary
that's what she
Poppins.
used.
I don't think I have an umbrella.
Well,
Where's the date on this? 1921, yeah.
Better find
When?
me. She used an umbrella.
Where am I supposed to get an umbrella?
Oh, there we go. So, the princess bravely threw herself into the air, slowing her fall using an umbrella. Just like that nanny in the movie. She floated
You know, I'm fairly
down
certain Mary
into
Poppins
the cave,
wasn't created
deeper
until
and deeper
about
into the cavern she
the
floated.
40s, I
She
want to
thought
say.
she could hear Fred moaning, but maybe it was only the wind.
Probably even later than that.
Unfortunately, she
Are
impaled
you
herself
kidding
on
me?
the bamboo. Wait, that's not what
Okay, be
happened.
careful about. Oh no, I didn't get the umbrella. Hmm. Okay, just make sure I haven't hit
Deeper
any
and
walls.
deeper into the cavern she floated. She thought she could hear Fred moaning, but maybe it was only the wind.
But like I said, I'm pretty sure Mary Poppins was made in sometime in the 30s or 40s.
Finally,
Because
she
Mickey
landed
Mouse.
softly, right in a spider's web.
Oh,
Fortunately, it was a very old web, and she was able to break free.
Mickey
Unfortunately,
Mouse
the
didn't come
web was
around
the
until
only thing holding up a
1928.
giant boulder. The princess needed to find somewhere to hide.
I died. running. Ah, stuck by a spider. Running. Ah, stuck by a spider. And running, and hide. And see. And you can actually outmove. Move forward.
Suddenly, a giant spider
Oh,
jumped
that
out of the
spider
shadows
looks
and
cool.
attacked her.
Oh, crap.
She ran and climbed and jumped and climbed, but the giant spider was very good at climbing too. It had 8 legs and the princess only had 2.
Ah! Other way! Get back, you 8-legged freak!
Fortunately, the princess remembered how the webs were holding up boulders.
Ha! Ah! More rocks! This is a dangerous thing for me to be doing! Even though I don't think I can technically die.
Poor spider.
Poor
Finally,
spider!
she found Fred. He was all wrapped up like a present for the giant spider's girlfriend. He was dreadfully embarrassed about having to be rescued again. He really loved the princess. The princess decided he was cute.
Oh.
Fortunately, the king told him about a dragon that he could slay in order to win the princess's hand and stop being so embarrassed. So Fred marched off to the mountaintop of the dragon, singing a brave song
Crap!
very quietly.
I had some. Sorry about that. I had some things almost fall off my desk.
After a few days, the princess got to wondering
Why are
I had to
Dad
bump my mic again.
that too. But she was worried about Fred, so she went off to find him.
Okay, so let's go after Fred.
The dragon's mountain was cold, and the wind howled at her to turn back. There were rock slides and fiery
Whoa!
chasms, but she was very brave and nimble, just like you. She wasn't going to be put off by a few deadly dangers.
And okay, so let's continue on, shall we? I mean, I guess that's what we've been doing this whole time
and up
anyway,
she
so.
climbed. When she got cold, she thought about the hot buttered muffins she would make
Yeah.
once she got Fred home. Do you still like muffins?
I love muffins.
The princess hoped Fred liked muffins.
Muffins! It's a My Little Pony reference, but at the same time, muffins are good, just period. Like, name me a person that doesn't like muffins, and I'll name you someone who doesn't have a soul. not necessarily the same person, mind you. What? Okay. One more time. Get back after this one. That one doesn't count. That was a practice try. That was a practice try. Did not know you could phase out from that. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Okay. Order. Okay. And carry on.
When the princess got to the lair of the dragon, she was not very surprised to see Fred hanging from the roof of the dragon's cave. So she taunted the dragon until it roared its fiery breath at her.
Come here. Come, dragon. And I died. Wow. That's you do the entire. Oh no, okay. It's one more time. There we
Finally, burning away the ropes that were tying up Fred. And so the princess and Fred lived happily ever after. Fred never had to go on another adventure again, and they had hot buttered muffins every morning.
until they got sick
There is
and tired
another
of
version
it,
of the
so
story
they
where
started
the
making
princess flew
tequila
off on the
shots.
dragon's back to have a life full of adventures, but that's for another day.
I like that story better. Wasn't that episode of Wander Over Yonder?
Yay! Yay, Don, you did it!
Yay! So we finished, actually we finished everything so far, so I think, we can go ahead and end the episode off here. Actually, hold on, I don't, yeah. I'm trying to remember how much is left of the act. I think we're almost done with the act. We'll go ahead and finish the act off. We need to head back to the circus tent. By the way, another thing I wanted to notice, I wanted to point out, in addition to the beauty of this game, this is a really bizarre circuit. I mean, in terms of like geography, because like it's got the tent way up there connected, that's just floating off. It's floating on its own little island. You got a few buildings over here. Looks like they might be owned by people. But like the entire circus is behind, is like in a back alley essentially. But it's also on the beach, or on a hill, which I guess makes sense. The hilltop makes sense at least.
Vincenzo came back!
Hey, what do you think, Vincenzo? Did you ever consider trying out for the
Excuse me.
trapeze?
They're good at what they do, Mr. Fenris. I'll give you that.
I got my balloon back, I got a princess from my puppet theater, and my pirate ship is sailing the bounding main.
So you're a man of your word.
Go ahead, count it. It's all there. Need a hand with your stuff?
My apparatuses are very delicate, and I don't like anyone in my workshop. You provide the audience, Mr. Fenris, and I will provide amazement.
No, that's
Mr.
good.
Fenris, why are you organizing this circus? I know who your investors are,
I promised my wife and daughter I'd clean up my act.
but if I don't pull in the crowds for you, those boys are gonna put you in the river.
Without Cat and Dee Dee, I wouldn't care much if they did.
Ah,
Ooh.
So those crowds better come.
I didn't talk
Crowds
to him.
better
I
come.
didn't talk to Vincenzo.
Or I'll kill them all. Kill every last person that didn't show up. That's probably not a healthy thing to think right there, isn't it? Just the way he said it made me think, like those crowds better come or they'll pay. So yeah, I believe we're getting ready to start Act 3. So Are we? Are we still in Act 2? I think this is, let me see.
Hey!
Yeah. So we're starting Act 3. So in the next episode, we'll start Act 3. And I think we're going to be actually meeting Vincenzo here. But real quick, before we officially end the episode off, more broken path. Kinda makes you wonder how we're getting around town with all these broken paths. But no one seems to be affected by it, like no one's mentioned it yet. Can't go into the carnival from here, unfortunately. So yeah. Okay, so in the next episode we'll be following Didi and meeting up with Vincenzo. Until then...
Vincenzo's going to his secret workshop. I can finally talk to him all alone. But where is it?
You're gonna go up the stairs, or we're
Do you
gonna...
think he would ever take
Yeah,
me
she's
with
gonna go up
him?
the stairs.
Vincenzo,
Okay, so the next episode we'll do
when he travels all around the world.
the next episode we'll start Act 3 proper. In the meantime, actually I'm not sure what it's in the meantime. In the meantime, I think we'll go ahead and end the episode off here. So in the next episode, which I've said this like 3 times already, we're gonna we're gonna start our process of meeting Vincenzo. Until then, I will see you guys later. And I apologize for the ending. It was just, you know what, I just apologize for everything. Just everything in general. I apologize for the McBLT. I apologize for just me in general. I apologize for, you know, global warming, even though that's technically not my fault. Or anyone's fault, really. It's the weather's fault. Regardless, I apologize for the cause of global warming, which is the sun. I apologize for the sun, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.